This is Spider 2 snag. Not white banana, the one he likes, but that's Spider 2 snag, and he knows what I'm talking about, but using Anquan Bolden as the fullback.
Come on! Football!
Gentlemen, it's the O-line committee. We got 16 years of NFL trenches experience. Alex Boone, Jeremiah Sirles, and I'm Phil Mackey. And the Chicago Bears went out and said, bleep this. Let's replace 60% of our starting offensive line. We'll get a new coach in here. Let's protect Caleb Williams. Let's run the ball better. So today we're going to break down some Joe Thuney, left guard, pass pro, and what the Bears are getting. And Drew Dalman, the best available, at least in terms of age and the money he got, free agency center that they stole from the Falcons. And we'll look at his run blocking tape. So the Bears are going to be better.
One of the things that they obviously are going to be better, and adding Jonah Jackson to the right side as well is going to be huge. But you talk about a guy like Thuney and what he can do out guard, and the ability for him to kick out at tackle shows how athletic he is, and he is one of the strongest guards in the league. He's able to sit on bull rushes extremely well. It's one of his greatest strengths, but I think his athleticism is also one of his strengths that's not talked about a lot. And it's one of these things that when you look at this offense, they're going to want to run the ball, right? They're going to want to take a load off of Caleb Williams. You don't want him to sit back there like last year and just continue to throw it or dink and dunk. You want to keep changing it up. We all know what Ben's going to want to do. We all know Ben's going to want to go crazy in the offense. He's going to want to go wild. This is going this way and this is going this way. And now it's over here. And all these things show up front. In order to run the ball, you have to have guys like this up front and pass the ball. And Joe Thuney is easily one of the best in the league right now.
Yeah, co-sign all of that. You know, the guy's already wearing a gold jacket, in my opinion. You know, when he leaves, he'll be a Hall of Fame guy, won multiple Super Bowls with different teams, has been as steady as they come. And I've said it on this show, and I'll say it again. The best compliment that you can give an offensive lineman is that they're consistent. And he is consistently great. Not just consistently good, consistently great. He struggled when they moved him out to tackle. That was not surprising. He's a shorter body guy. The length showed up. But
still made it work, though.
He still made it work until he didn't. But interiorly, he is as good as they come right now in the NFL.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll go full screen here. And by the way, if you're new here, welcome to the O-line committee. Maybe you're a Bears fan, just looking for some optimism with all the new additions. Click that like button and the subscribe button on the O-line committee YouTube channel, and go tell some of your football-loving friends that we do these film breakdowns in our weekly podcast. So as we do some of this, and then we'll get to Dalman here shortly, you're looking for number 62 just to the left of the center, and let's roll some of these.
Yeah, I mean, his balance in the pass protection game is so good. He never gets outside of himself. He's always right here. He's the king of the jump set. Right, and here's what Boone was talking about right away off the rip. Right, he jumps him, which means he eats up the space. Watch his feet. He doesn't allow this D tackle to get started. He puts his feet on his feet and immediately takes the fight to him. And Joe's been doing this since back in his New England days. Right, wham, right there.
Boom.
He doesn't do a great job with his hands. His hands are a little late, but watch him refit, and then sit and hop. Right there. The ability to bend, sink, and then walk his hips. This is the best part. Watch him get his hips back under himself.
Right there.
Right. That's a great pass rep.
Yeah, he gets beat a little bit here, right? He's getting bull rushed, and then
it's really these big steps that he's taking, but he's trying to find his anchor, and he finds it right there, and that's what allows him to get his hips underneath him right there, which is great.
Love that.
And remember, the jump set is great too, especially for the interior, because it doesn't allow those guys to get going. Like, you stop these big bull rushing players from getting 2-3 steps into you. Now they only get one step, which only minimizes their hit on you, which is really what we're trying to do in a jump set. Once again, we're in a jump set, right? Go back. This one gets a little scary because he widens his feet. And at times we would do this because you're just kind of like, you feel like you're in a phone booth and see how they kind of pitter patter and both go outside like that. But it's okay because we talked about this. He jumped him. So now that defender has no momentum. He has nothing. And now Thuney's basically like, we're going to ride your ass all the way to the ground. So instead of sitting back and eating this bull rush from 2-3 steps, he just grabs him right out of his stance and throws him to the ground, which is what a jump set was meant for. Gets a little wide with his base, but at the same time, if you can pull it off and do this, and you're Thuney and you have the balance that we've talked about, it's fine. A lot of guys get wide with their base like this.
So here's a dumb question. Is he's comfortable meeting defensive players at the point of attack where maybe like you would advise the guys that you're training, hey, get some depth, right? Get back. Is that just something you leave up to the player? a veteran like him?
And it's
In
the
his age,
scheme.
yes.
Yeah, and at his age, it's a lot of it is the scheme. So this right here would have been somebody said, hey, listen, hands down, or it looks like they're kind of in a full slide, but backside that they know. Go back real quick. It looks like they're in what we would call like a ray or an R, but they know backside nobody's going to block the defensive end, so those two have to straighten up. So there really is no set but to jump him. He's kind of stuck in this zone of like, I must do this right here because I don't want to set off the ball on this big guy while all this other pressure is coming from the right. And at the same time, you have the decision to make that in the game. A lot of guards, I would not advise to jump older veteran players right away. I would let you you need to feel what it's like to set and take on a bull rush, because when you jump set someone, it's like you've taken the fight to them and now you're the aggressor. And so your hand speed and your foot speed need to be fucking off the charts, because if you lose in any way, this is a feast or famine block. And if you lose, you're going to lose right now.
I think this might be, I grabbed a twist here too. Just one of the easiest textbook.
See, this is a normal set.
Look at that.
Right?
And
That's his, it's almost like
balance.
his changeup.
Right, so this is probably more of a third down, right? They're more like an exotic pressure look here. You've got guys kind of walked up all over the place. So you're anticipating some type of stunts. First of all, the right tackle's offsides again.
You don't
But
say.
anyways, that's neither here nor there. But like right here, he sets, like strikes, boom, stays square, right? He's not turned. He settles here, and then he's just holding space and waiting for that guy to come to him. Right, he's not abandoning his tackle there. He's not trying to just go through. He knows with that twist technique, he's seen enough of these in his career that someone's coming. Something goes away, something's coming. So I'll just wait, settle space here, block the whole thing up, stay underneath myself, right? Keep a good base, and then just hold on to this guy, right? Man. Nothing flashy about that, nothing pretty about that, but that's what you want from your left guard.
Yeah, that's just super smooth. All right, we're flipping the camera here.
All right, big fella, what do you got for us?
Talk to me, big dog. That's a jump set all the way.
That guy's a little heavy on his hand.
Told you. That's a jump set for Thuney all the way. He's not wide enough for him to go and for Thuney to go anywhere. So that sits in the realm of like, let me jump you. See how he's like kind of right on him. Thuney has nowhere to go. So right now I'd be like, you have to jump him, especially because go ahead.
Well, this just goes back to Boone's point. Watch 95's feet, right? How do you take away a guy that wants to be a power rusher? Make contact with him before his second foot hits in the ground. Thuney's hitting him before 95 gets 2 feet in the ground. Bang, right? Like he has no power going forward whatsoever here. Right now, all his power, he has to fight through. He built up no momentum, zero. And if you can get an offensive lineman that plays within his pads and knows how to play with leverage and get a guy like this that has to restart his feet, the rep's over before it even begins.
Yeah, look at this, man. Just boom.
Jump, inside hand clamp.
And even if you get beat on like the second effort, well, you've just killed off a second on the 2.5, 3 second.
It's not as devastating
quarterback
because they don't have as much momentum coming into you.
Yeah,
so it's kind of slower.
It doesn't hurt as bad.
It's super slow to us. So this is definitely a jump set. You're coming down on a 2 while you're coming down.
Unless he's cleaning up ribs with a slide.
Let's see. Nope, there it is. Oh, I like it. Dude, this is one of the most lethal blocks, and I tell guys,
it's a hard block.
You have to anticipate that he's going to bull rush you, but expect that he's going to make that outside move. So right here, you sets him perfectly, like almost nose to nose, expecting the bull rush, but anticipating him to work outside, which he's going to eventually do, because that's where they always normally go when they know they can't get you in here. They migrate back outside. Keep it playing right there. See? Dude, it is the hardest block because a lot of guys go too far and then you get clubbed down, and a lot of guys don't come down far enough and then they get pried open. So it's a very tough feeling, and you have to have blocked it in a live game, I feel like, to understand, like, okay, I totally understand where I need to be now on this block to never fuck this up.
And the other thing is you can't see it great from here, but watch the inside hand, his right hand. He has control of this rep from the jump, because his inside hand beats the defender's inside hand, right? So as he steps down in here, watch his right hand the best you can. Watch that elbow pad. Boom, disappears, which means he's got it sunk, anchored in there, right? He's got that thing anchored. So now that's the hand that's going to control the rep. So he's got full extension with that right hand. Okay, you want to go inside? I press out on that right side. You want to go back outside? I walk that hand. He never lost that inside hand. Right, if you can get an inside hand on a 2-eye technique, you control the whole rep, because now he wants to go back outside. You just shuffle your feet back out there, but you've shut down the danger point, which is the inside move.
Man, So, and he's in his 30s now, so he's definitely toward the end of it. But if he can give the Bears 1 or 2 years even of anywhere near that level of play.
Oh yeah.
So this is Drew Dalman is regarded as one of the best run blocking centers in the NFL. Quickness, he's not if you ranked all the centers based on sheer size, he's probably one of the smaller, more nimble centers, but this is a run blocking reel here, and we'll obviously just keep an eye mostly on the center.
Yeah. First of all, you're going to watch this whole offensive line just runs off the football. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's very similar to when we broke down Niners tape. If you're not on the track, you just keep on going, right? Oh, he's on my track. I'll just keep running my feet and get around him, right? I mean, he is so good with just running off the football. It's amazing.
He is, super quick off the ball.
Super quick off the ball, understands footwork, understands angles. Like right here, they're working out to 17, Dean there. Great job by the right guard prying that open, and then he just stays here. And the thing that's great is watch that backside hand. Right, so if you watch his backside hand here, so many times, and even coaches scream, "Hey, you got to get your hat across the ball. Got to get your hat across the ball." Right, you continue to just try and keep going around there, but he has a good feeling for I'm going to keep my hat across the ball and reach, but I'm going to keep this backside hand on this side here so I can't get beat back across my face. It's just a great feel block that not a lot of centers have in the league.
I think Booney's frozen. I'm going to tell him to restart, and then we'll keep rocking this.
Of course,
thing
he is
on restart.
It's not surprising.
Or just jump back in. Okay. Let's keep the run blocking party going here. So again, Drew Dalman. It's gonna be hard to see him at this angle, but you'll see him how quick he, like you said, gets off the ball.
I mean, that's such a hard reach, right? And that's Milton Williams, right?
Yeah, look at that.
I mean, that's Milton
Premier
Williams.
Free agent.
That dude just got paid a bunch of money to go up to New England. This dude reaches him again, good backside hand, and then he just continues to press there with his hat. And if you have a guy in this position, boom, you wall off, you make an immediate lane for the running back. Immediate lane for the running back. Centers on this wide zone scheme, which is, again, that Ben Johnson wants to run some wide zone based off of what he did initially with everything on the Lions, right? If you can have a center that can define the hole for you, it just gives the back a two-way go. It's fantastic.
All right, here we go again. 67 against the Steelers here. When we slow this down, this is crazy.
Yeah, so it's a 5-man front, right? This is a run stopping front. You got 5 bigs in the front. It's a 3-4. Really, it's a 3-4. But this is to stop the run, right? The whole bit here. You're outnumbered in a lot of different ways. You've got 7 guys in the box. You're only looking at 8 right here, and the quarterback doesn't count. So there's technically like a hat for a hat, everyone here. But watch the way that he can work through the nose, right? Boom, pry the shoulder open for his buddy with his outside hand free, which will keep him allowed here. He's getting held, right? He's getting held by the center, which should be a defensive holding. They never call that anymore. But you got to fight through that, right? So you fight through the center.
And then he gets a hand in Six's chest here.
Just get a hand on Queen there, right? You just get one hand on Queen. And again, you've defined the hole, and then you just keep running with him. And all you have to do is slow that guy down enough to keep him off his track. And if you have a good back, he'll make you right? But the ability to fight through the hold here and still get a hand on Queen and just get enough of him to stay in his way, I can't tell you how hard that is to do.
Look at that. So he's picking up 2 dudes while getting held.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's getting held from his neck, right? Because that defender literally grabs his neck. I think Boone's computer might have completely died.
It's been 7 years in the making for Boone's computer.
Gosh, dude, what a loser!
All right, let's slow this down here too. So again,
and this is all outside zone stuff because this is the Atlanta's bread and butter, right? Outside zone can run, define the hole, right? What did I talk about? You define the hole as the center, right? You cannot let this guy bookend your guard, right? Granted, Chris Lindstrom's a great guard. He does a great job of stopping the charge. But then if you keep pressing this hole as the center, it makes that linebacker declare.
Yep. Looks like my computer's also going on the fritz. Got all of our
So
computers.
if you're pressing front side here, right, and they're running what's called a single block to 49, right? So that's the right guard and the center are working a single up to that front side linebacker. If you can displace the defensive tackle, the linebacker has nowhere to go but to declare his intentions.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because if he just sits back there forever, Bijan's going to run right by him. But at least when you declare and you fill the hole there, then you're saying, okay, Bijan has to run back here. I'm hoping one of my buddies is there. But again, Drew Dalman does a great job of just continuing to push it through there and define it. Oh, yeah, baby. Another big front.
Look at him just staying square.
Mac, I got another call coming in. I got to run.
Yeah, do your thing. So that's Drew Dalman. Drew Dalman, one of the best free agent offensive linemen in the entire league. We're going to cut this one short here, but I think Bears fans, I think you get the gist of it. Your offensive line, 60% of those dudes replaced on the starting unit. Drew Dalman and Joe Thuney in particular should be massive upgrades. So we'll see what happens as we get closer to actually seeing these guys on the field. I know OTAs, mini camps, and then eventually training camp. But if you enjoy these film breakdowns, give us some recommendations for what else you'd like to see, whether it's teams or players or schemes. What would be interesting throughout the offseason here for Jeremiah and Alex to break down. And then if you could do us a favor and click that like button and the subscribe button on the O-Line Committee YouTube channel. Keep growing this thing. I'm Phil Mackey. For Alex, whose computer just absolutely took a crap, and for Jeremiah, our resident agent, we'll see you next time.